Alright, welcome back Pokemon Go players to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is July 11th, 2021. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
It's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please, and I got my Baja Blast. I'm good to go.
I got like a tiny little water here. What's all?
Ooh.
I should have water.
Ooh.
But anyways, how's it been, Chris? How you been so far?
It's been alright. Work went a little bit faster than expected today, so
That's
I
good.
am not tired today.
Well, that's good. I mean, you work, a mid-shift? So you got like home at like a 5 or 6, I think.
Yeah, I got out at 6. Not horrible, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a good day for Pokemon too. I only need one more for the little weekly quest thing they got going on.
The collection challenge?
I know you already completed it. But I'm still waiting on Totodile.
Oh,
That
yeah.
boy is mean.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we'll definitely be talking about all of that in the recaps. But yes, once again, we are here to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as you do. Don't forget to remind everybody that we are part of the Professor Network. Please check them out at professornetwork.com/purifiedpodcast. Wonderful people to work with every single time. I definitely need to upload all the episodes back on YouTube because I have just been slacking on the YouTube side, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I keep meaning to remind you about that.
Yeah, it's just
I do think that'd be a good.
I think I gotta have to actually edit all the episodes and then just bash them in between weeks because I don't remember when was the last time I actually uploaded a YouTube video of the podcast because it's been a while for sure. Episode 48.
It's been a little bit.
Episode 48, and we're in episode 73, so it's gonna take me a while to get all the episodes up and running again.
I wouldn't worry too much about the ones in between. In all honesty. Because I don't even think we can get the video versions of it, just the audio. But I mean, it's up to you.
I mean, having the video would not be a bad idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or if the people want it. But at least I know on the Twitch side they delete the broadcasts after like a month.
No. Well, I technically have them all downloaded, so that shouldn't be a problem. So that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I have. I think I have. Yeah, I should have every single one of them stored up in my external hard drive until then, just in case I needed it. And I guess I needed it.
Magic. Okay. That works too.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's how I edit it. I usually just download the whole video, take off the audio, and then just get the audio in there, and then the video usually just stays on the computer or on my external hard drive until later.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that would be fun. But yeah, let's go ahead and recap some things from the week. How about some shinies and hundos there, Mike Ben?
How about let's take a look. It's been a pretty much of a roller coaster of a ride for me this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you follow me on Twitter or in the Discord, my week started with getting a shiny Darumaka on my way into work. I threw a golden raspberry. This boy wasn't getting away. Threw an Ultra Ball. Great throw. After the curveball runs the first ball. I was like, that didn't just happen.
Did you were you driving at the time when you click on the Darumaka?
No, I was going like 2 miles an hour. I wasn't going like 40 down the road. Or anything.
Yeah, I was thinking it wasn't the speed cap that make you lose it.
No, it was very saddening though.
Yeah.
I didn't have the gotcha going, so I know the gotcha didn't try catching it. So that it was just horrible. But after that, I was able to gotcha a shiny Lillipup.
Ooh.
So I was kind of excited. I don't get a lot of gotcha shinies, but mostly because I don't really run it. After that, on my second Meltan box, I was able to finally get a shiny Meltan from this event. I'm hoping to get one more. I did reclaim a shiny Darumaka. That was super exciting. Very happy to get that. And then I also got you another shiny, a shiny Weedle.
Oh,
And that's everything I got for this week.
no Hondas?
No, never any Hondos, man.
Nah, well, you can always try, you know. That was okay. So I would say that's pretty good, especially the Ramaka. The Ramaka actually just it makes things a lot better. I mean, losing the first one would have been you would have two and completed the family at this point.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
As for me, I got some shinies this week, surprisingly. And they're two from the event, and then one that just randomly popped up today for some reason. I don't know why. Bulbasaur, I think it was from, yes, it was in the wild. Actually, this was during Spotlight Hour. Shiny Spotlight Hour, that's pretty good. Then I went and put in a lure down to see if I can get more Pokemons for the collection challenge, and I got another shiny Tepic, which, coming from Community Day a week later, kind of was like under problem, but I didn't get that many, so I was actually okay with it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just a coincidence, like mine's just kind of trying to fix like a puzzle or something. But it seems like whenever people miss out on a calm day, and don't get a lot of shinies, it feels like a lot of people get it very, very close afterwards,
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, it's mostly because the Pokemon has been spawning more than usual, especially after calm days and all that, so... And then afterwards, today actually, I was running some errands, and I clicked on a Bronzong that was just like, the randomest Bronzong in the world. And of course, it was shiny, and I was like, well, Chris will have a laugh at this one.
Dude, I saw it, and I was just like, you would. We had for those of you that don't know, this goes way back. I had promised Pure Letter, to trade a shiny Bronzor for a shiny Flower Crown Eevee that I had from Go Fest in Chicago. And then I ended up getting a Bronzor. I forget what we ended up trading for it. But dear Lord, did that Bronzor take a long time for me.
Yeah.
And, dude.
You got it like weeks after Go Fest. It was one of the events that we got that were spawning Bronzons in the wild or in research breakthroughs, I believe. So you were overdue for
get
Bronzong.
It from the research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too bad. As for Hondos, and I do have some Hondos, I didn't go as hard as usual, but one of the Hondos that I got was a Electrike that I evolved into Manectric from a Shadow quest. So now I have a Purified Manectric, and I wanted one of this because, of course, the Mega is out, so it's actually amazing to have it finally. I've been looking for the Mega, for the Hondo Mega for a while. And then from Research Breakthrough, I got a Hondo Torchic. So I was like, okay, all right. I mean, I already have a Combusken, so it kind of helps me complete the family. I still need to... Mega. Yeah, I still need to... Oh, yeah, actually. I still need to evolve my Combusken to a Blaziken, so I actually have the Hondo ready to go for it. But that, of course, will come when Mega starters come out around. I don't know when they're going to come out. That's the differences,
Have you Mega'd a Purified Hondo before?
Yes. Sharpedo is not, right? Sharpedo hasn't been out yet, right?
Not yet, no. No, I'm just curious how they retain the Purified part around it, because that could look pretty dope for a few Pokemon.
You want to find out?
Ooh.
How about we find out?
If you want to.
I'm already doing it.
Ooh.
Mega Manectric. I think
it would look pretty dope for Manectric.
Woohoo. I kind of like Manectric.
He's an electric Pokemon.
Yeah. So it does not retrain his Purify Glow, for the looks of it. So that's interesting.
What?
Still, I think Glow is almost the same as saying that the customs don't retain their customs when Mega evolves. So it makes sense.
Yeah, I guess it's just easier for them to not have to worry about all the different animations.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of saying that, if a shadow can mega evolve, that'd be crazy too, But it doesn't make sense to evolve a shadow because you have to have friendship, and friendship is magic.
Friendship.
But yeah,
Oh no.
it's not a bad thing, I guess. I wanted to always evolve it. Another one for the decks, anyways. So yeah,
That's a good one.
not a bad haul. I want to say my Hondo luck is always the same, just whenever I can get it. That'd be nice. So it's pretty good.
Turn to the max.
Definitely. All right, so let's go ahead and recap the event, the celebration, the 5 years anniversary of Pokemon Go, the celebration that everybody's talking about, everything. Definitely something that that is okay. Now, there's pros about this and cons about this. The pros, we have a lot of cool starters in the wild. At least 90% of them are shiny. Because I know that some of the starters are still having half their shiny release from Gen 6 and one from Gen 5. We also have the Pikachu with the number 5 balloon, shiny ball. And then Charizard and Ramaka, just like Chris, have been able to catch. Aside from that, I say the event is pretty good. The raids are okay, just because you can either raid or find in the wild. And it's not overwhelming like the whole map of just spawns of the events, because things like that will probably break the game for some reason for everybody. We also have the night sky has the fireworks, or at least the daytime fireworks, so we actually have that cool animation happening throughout the remainder of the event, which is not bad, as you can see. But so far, I think the event is okay. The only problem is, and this is the cons about it, is that the starters have really low catch rate. And it's going through our stock of Pokeballs right now that we really need. Right, Chris?
Yeah, I got some of my own cons too, but yeah, I can definitely agree with that one.
Yeah. Again, it's not a bad thing because, there's a lot of shiny possibilities in the wild. There's not much to worry about. I wouldn't mind actually getting a few shinies from the starters because, they're starters, so it's not a bad thing. If I can get a Shando out of those, aside from the ones that can Mega Evolve, that'd be great. But aside from that, I don't really see a bad thing out of the event. Darumaka is spawning pretty often in the wild, so it's not like it's the most uncommon thing in the world. We had pretty horrible weather this last few days anyway, so it's not like we have the sunny weather for it anymore right now.
Personally, Mudkip is probably my top goal, so it can rain as much as it wants.
That's true. But yeah, again, I hope that everybody's having such a fun time about doing this event. What are your cons about this, Chris? What do you think?
So, the main con I have, and I feel like it's a con for a lot of the more casual players, it seems like a lot of starters aren't really available in the wild, and that's partially due to weather. But I have not seen a few different starters, mostly the Gen 2 starters.
Right.
The ones I have not seen in the wild. A lot of people are having trouble with Cyndaquil. Other than that, it's been some funny ones. I've seen people that had trouble getting Charmander, and I see him like throughout the day.
Yeah, no, definitely. I almost forgot.
I'd say just the randomness of it.
Yeah, I almost forgot to mention about the collection challenge. Now, the collection challenge have you catch every single starter from the Generation 1 to Generation 6 that we have out in the wild, plus the Pikachu. Now, Pikachu, of course, spawns because it's the event. However, all the starters, they're spawning, but they're only spawning in certain regions, certain places, and some of them are only through research. So, just like you mentioned, Cyndaquil, Chikorita, Totodile, they're all from research. I have not seen one in the wild unless it's like the most rarest thing you can actually find during the event. Right now for us in the Northern Hemisphere, we're not getting a lot of the spawns from Gen 4 starters. So Chimchar, Piplup, Turtwig, they don't spawn in the wild a lot because unfortunately we're not in the hemisphere for it. Now if you were in the Southern Hemisphere, then yes, you will probably see more of those more often. What we're seeing is the Gen 5 starters, which of course are Ashwats, Snivy,
Fennekin.
and no, well, that's Gen 6. It's Gen 5 starters because the Gen 6 is spawned everywhere, so there's no difference there. And of course, Gen 1 is spawning in the wild too, so that's not much of a problem. But the ones that are the most difficult ones are, depending on your region, the starters for your region, and then of course Gen 2 starters. They're all basically close to in the research. So most of the research, they're really simple to do. So there's not like it's like the worst thing to go about it. Some of them does require a little bit more of your attention, like, you know, having to catch the Pokemon or feed the berry or things like that, so you don't do it. Some of them are just making you send gifts, and some of them are just, I think it just makes great throws or something like that. So again, they're not the hardest thing to do. It's just finding them is the problem, because there's only certain research for each one of the starters or each one of the generations. I think for us will be, of course, the Gen 2 starters, which is, I think, everybody's problem at this point. And and I believe they are, I think, I can't remember if it's the send the gift or use the berries. I think it's one of them to be able to do
I feel like it's the berry.
I believe so too.
I think it's the berry, because I do not get that one a lot.
Yeah, so it's been tough for a lot of people to complete it, especially the ones that can't really go out and grind the Pokestops to be able to get the starters. But they're out there. It's just a little more hard work to go out your way to finish the collection challenge. Now, I thought I could finish it probably within 2 days. It took me at least 3 days and a half, I think, to complete it. I was stuck on most of the Gen 2 starters and Chimchar, which was my last one because I finished up a few stats for it. I finished the Gen 2 starters just because of a few tasks going to my work, so that was actually pretty nice. But so I was sitting down on Chimchar for probably 24 hours until one of the research that you get daily. Now, you do get a daily research that is coexistent with the events, so that's good. And that was actually the one that gave me the final starter. So I finished the collection challenge 3 days into the event, which was fun. Mystic Some 06. Thank you very much for joining us for the podcast. We appreciate it very much. Stick around if you want to go through it. But yeah, I think that's the only thing, yes, like Chris says, the only other side of the downside. We don't see a lot of the starters we need, and we can't really complain how much of those things are. So.
Yeah, it's something I'm debating doing. Just if I don't find any of the Totodile that I need, is throwing a little lure down at our local park and just kind of hoping.
Yeah.
Did you get a lot of like starters you needed from that? Like, is it like really random, or is it mostly just the ones we've already seen in the wild?
It's really random. I do ones that after I complete the collection challenge, I didn't really kept much of the research, but I'm doing like ones that are simple. So again, they're simple to do.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't take me too long. It doesn't matter if I get a shiny or not from it, or a Hondo. I mean, I got a Hondo Torchic out of it. That would have been nice if it was a Mudkip. So it will be actually pretty good when it comes down to it, if it was the case. So that's why I'm doing all of them. If I can get Hondos, that'd be great. If not, it depends on that, you know. Mr. Sa was asking us what our favorite Pokemon are. Mine is Sylvia, and Chris is already saying Shuckle and Rayquaza, of course. So yeah. And then, all right. So how much are you rating the event so far? I want to say I give it an 8 out of 10. Just because of it.
I was gonna say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
8 for sure. Very solid. 8 by no means is a bad score. I don't know. It's just the starters are fun and all. It just felt like it was missing a little something.
Yeah.
For it to be like an extremely good event.
And we also have shinies. Shiny Darumaka was also released, so it's not like it's the worst thing event in the world. Especially because Darumaka is one of the most, one of the strongest fire type attackers out there. Of course, you know Darumaka. Darumaka is the evolution, right? Darmanitan is the pre-evolution. So yeah.
Opposite. Darmanitan's the evolution.
Okay. Yeah, I messed up. I'm a Pokemon
Unless
fan.
I heard that wrong. That might be me.
Darumaka is the pre-evolution.
Yeah, yeah.
So Darmanitan is the evolution. But anyways, yes, Darmanitan is actually one of the strongest fire attackers out there. High attack, pretty good defense, and good amount of HP. So if you can get a good one, it will be best, you know. And I would suggest try to see if you can actually excel it if you can, you know.
He's good for raids. I'd mostly recommend getting his candy for his Galarian form.
Yeah.
Because the ice type is just it can solo Rayquaza, basically, if you get a whole team of really high level Galarian Darmanitan. But he's alright as a fire attacker, the normal one.
Well,
He's not very good for PvP though.
do you have a 7K egg in your inventory right now or no?
I don't think I do. I try not to get any, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither. Most of the time, I would say that it still spawns or it still is hatchable from the 7K eggs, but it's like the biggest tier, like the strongest tier. Like it's like Axew level rare on the eggs. So to get, I'm saying the 7KX to spawn to give you a Galarian Darmanitan or Galarian Darumaka. It will probably be really hard to get, so just wait until an event happens where it'll either spawn in the wild or it'll spawn enough for us to catch enough extra large candies for it. But just like Chris mentioned, just get as many extra large candy as possible. I haven't actually grinded out as much, I only have 54. So it hasn't been too
Still
bad.
pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, you still need to like 200 plus, anyways.
Yeah. Anything above 40, though, he's gonna be slamming Rayquaza.
Indeed. I do hope to get a Hondo Rayquaza soon because I do have the extra large candy ready to go for it. So I'm like, spicy. But yeah, when it comes in. All right, celebration done. Let's do a little bit of recap. Now, I have mentioned that both the Sky has changed. The new Sky feature is live in Pokemon Go for everybody since the event started. But there's also something that has been quite helpful for a lot of people, and that is the Pokédex expansion. Now, if you go to your Pokédex, now it's not live fully for everybody, but it is like at least 90% full live for a lot of people. If you go to the Pokédex and tap on the site, it will actually show you the categories of a lot of the Pokemons that we have. Shiny, Purified Pokemon, Shadow Pokemon, Perfects, 3 stars, Shiny 3 stars, Shiny, Lucky, Event, Megas, and all of that. So if you click on them, you can see like the shadows. Let's say the shadows out there. You can see the shadow forms of all these Pokemons, and you can see what Pokemons you have and still need for the shadows. Which surprisingly, I'm surprised I don't have a Bellsprout.
Dude, you have more than double the amount of perfects I have.
Oh, well, I mean,
that does not surprise me.
Well, yeah, I was about to say. So it's kind of interesting when it comes down to that. Tangrowth, I don't know about that. But you can also see, funny enough, you can actually see the shiny forms because you already captured the shiny form in the outside of the shadow. So if I go to a shadow Mewtwo in the Dex, and click on the shiny form, you can see the shiny shadow Mewtwo, and I'm like, why is this not something we can get? Why?
One day,
you know, or maybe I can't do a Snorlax because unfortunately I don't have Snorlax, or even like Articuno. Look at that, just a beautiful Articuno out there. You know, it's like some of those things in real time. So
and we've got the birds how many times as a shadow?
I don't even want to know, bro. It's like enough. Too many times. So yeah, you can also check all your shinies. I have currently 334 shinies caught and seen 343 shinies. So it's not a bad thing. It kind of keeps track of all the shinies you got. I haven't evolved some of them, I know for a fact, because I just haven't had the time to evolve them or don't want to evolve them yet. But yeah, it's a few of those things out there. Plus, of course, it tells you like all the other shinies that you can probably possibly get, you know?
Yeah, for a lot of people, especially the people that want to trade, we like to keep them as the baby form. I don't know how common that is. I thought that was pretty common between a lot of people, though. Just because they're more rare as the first stage, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely. So it's nice to keep a track. A lot of people usually use like the tag feature or the name trigger to be able to check on their shinies and hundos and all that stuff. So it's nice to have something that will tell you how much, how much you actually have in the game. So I say it's a pretty good thing. I actually wanted to check with you, Chris. How is your decks entirely? How many Pokemon have you caught and how many have you seen?
Let me check. Just catching this Bidoof.
And while Chris is doing that, I also want to ask everybody out there, check your Pokedex, see how things are. For me specifically, I do have a lot of Pokemon from either Gen 5 or Gen 6 that I haven't evolved yet. Mostly because I'm either waiting for the shiny or the Hondo to evolve them. Usually that's my goal.
Same.
Before I actually able to do things. But I do have 1 through 4 every single Pokemon caught and seen that is available in Pokemon Go as of today. So not a bad haul. I mean, having both Gen 1, Gen 2, and Gen 3 technically completed until, Kecleon comes out, if it ever comes out.
Yes, sir. I'm still missing out on Relicanth.
Well, I did
and Mime Jr.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, Mime Jr. is Gen 5, so that's the only one that I'm missing out of that.
Gen 4.
No, Mine Jr. is Gen 5. Oh, Gen 4, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Makes sense how things I know. You say you got it right out.
But
nice.
Currently I am 614 out of 671. Yeah, there's a lot of them I wait to evolve though. Like I don't even have a Dusknoir yet.
Oh wow.
And that's like a pretty common one, I feel like.
I know, right? I don't have like a lot of the Galarian forms just because I don't feel like I need to evolve. The only one that I really have is, Mr. Rhyme, and that's because they force you to evolve it.
Well, oh yeah. I was just thinking, if it doesn't have the Unova, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I was gonna say, because if you look at Stunfisk, you don't have to evolve Galarian Stunfisk to get it in the Pokédex. They kind of just count it in a way after the Unova, I believe. Which is kind of strange, honestly.
Yeah. It's not a bad thing when it comes down to it.
I'll take it.
But yeah, I do believe that, that this is actually helpful. There are some glitches still, but new features usually have this kind of glitches anyway, so it's not a bad thing. And it's kind of,
I love it.
It's just kind of nice to see. I want to see my megas now. I am missing 2 megas that I could evolve if I wanted to, but again, I'm waiting for the Hondos or a good enough shiny to evolve them for. Altaria was just one of them that I was just like, if I don't get the Hondo, I think I don't want to evolve it yet. Because the mega energy, the mega energy is just like not the biggest thing to find unless you're actually walking the Pokemon. So it's like, I need the Hondo. I want the Hondo. I could do a Slowbro all the time. I could do Slowbro anytime because I have like 3 Hondos out of that. But yeah, not a bad feature. Again, guys, let us know if your Pokédex is looking nice and neat or not. Just get out there, let us know. Social medias as always, and emails just like anywhere else. All right, so we have enough recaps. We almost gone half an hour with recaps and everything. So let's go ahead and get into the research news of the week. We got some pretty spicy ones here, and we're gonna go over them, all of them, in the exciting one. Now, this might be more interesting to you, Chris, because you do have Android instead of Apple. Now, as you guys know, Pokemon Go's exclusivity sponsor, or Pokemon Go Fest is exclusively sponsored by Google Play this year. So there are some things that Google Play is kind of actually giving out as an incentive to play Pokemon Go. And here are some of that incentive that was mentioned since the previous blog post, but now they are completely giving us the information about it. All right, so leading up to Pokemon Go Fest 2021, what is to expect with signing out with Google Play? Well, you can get 3 months of YouTube Premium. This actually says that you can add free, skippable, downloadable content and all that stuff. It can only be on a new account or an account that hasn't actually had Premium before. So I guess it just works with depending if you had never had YouTube Premium and all of that. So We also have a Google Play points multiplier. So from Monday, July 12th to Sunday, July 18, Google Play subscribers will earn 4 times Google Play points on all purchases made in Pokemon Go, including the tickets to Pokemon Go Fest. Google Play points can be redeemed to 4 Pokemon Go coupons and more. And then if you can sign up here and yada, yada, yada. And then, of course, the exclusive content with the Try Guys. Now, those are some YouTube celebrities, and I'm sure you guys here. The Try Guys have a Pokemon Go Fest challenge. It's an interactive video that you go through the videos. You pick some, depending on what they're saying, like exercise or relaxation or something like that, or music and things like that. So this interaction videos goes to different videos, and you do this kind of thing. They have special guests from Mystic 7, Soy 2 Dots, and Trainer Tips. There's a secret video at the end, and all those things. So we'll go watch them, go to interact with the videos. It's actually pretty fun to listen to. It's kind of interesting to see because it's not like the typical Pokemon Go player. It's just funny to see anyway. So I do recommend it.
I was pretty surprised when I saw the Try Guys were a part of Pokemon Go Fest. Kind of hype.
I mean, they wouldn't say no if they were not
Julie
fans about it. Yeah, they wouldn't be fans.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so yeah, just check them out. Pretty cool guys. Then we have during the Pokemon Go Fest 2021, what is expected to see from Google Play. So sponsored gifts. So trainers using Android devices will be eligible for a special sponsored gift on day 1 of Pokemon Go Fest. July 17. This bundle will include 1 instance, 1 super incubator, and 30 Ultra Balls. And of course, you can work it out with them, see how it goes. So, lucky you got a little extra out there, Chris.
Dude.
I mean,
I'll take it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's not like the biggest thing in the world. I can get the Ultra Balls anywhere. Instance in super incubator, basically just go ahead and go through that. Thank you so much, Super Buddha Maham, to actually following us here. Appreciate the follow. Check us out on podcast services and everything too. Thank you. So yeah, just definitely check out Google Play if you have an Android. Chris is excited. I'm sure everybody else who's played the game is excited too. So not a bad thing to see.
Hey, free is good, man. I'll take it.
Hey, anything free is after playing Go Fest. It will be nice. So we'll see how that will go. So all right, and then what is the next piece of news we have here, Chris?
Ooh, we got some more news for Pokemon Go Fest 2021. We finally get to take a look at the new Ultra Unlock.
Dun, dun,
oh my
dun.
gosh, it's dandy.
So, more details has been announced about the what we thought was not going to happen this year. The Ultra Unlock is coming back this year for Pokemon Go Fest. And this is their information. So, in addition to previously announced Pokemon Go Fest 2021 details, all trainers can look forward to the following. Every trainer will be able to make up to 6 special trades each day from Friday, July 16, which is this coming Friday, to Sunday, July 18 at 11 p.m. So, 3 days of 6 special trades. 3 days. So, that means you get 21 trades. What? Really? Am I doing it right? Yeah, right.
Wouldn't that be 18, or am I crazy?
No, yeah, I'm skipping 6 more in that point and just doing math wrongly for some reason. So yes, that is 6. That is 18. That is 18 trades for the weekend that you can do, and that's actually pretty cool. Now they don't mention anything about expanding the trade distance, unfortunately. So you will have to actually go out of your way to do special trades with somebody out there, if you can. But take advantage of this because it's not every day you can do 6 special trades, especially when going with legendaries and legendary Pokemons, mythical Melton Pokemons, because Melton is tradable. Luckily, I have some luckies from there, and yeah, whatever you can do because we're gonna be raining a lot, we're gonna catching a lot, we're gonna be shining liking a lot. If you have lucky friends, you might as well do those as soon as you can if you are able to trade with them during Go Fest. Or before then, so that's good. We also have Pikachu wearing a special Violetta Spire hat while appearing in the wild during the event hours on Saturday and Sunday. If you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny one. So another shiny possibility Pikachu that we can get. Oh, Lord.
Boy, that's gonna be a rare one, man. That's gonna be a rare one.
That's gonna be fun too. Yeah. Of course, that is aside from the Pop Pikachu and the Rock Pikachu that you will get if you choose your side of music, depending on it. Don't forget to turn on the music during the day of Pokemon Go Fest because we do have inspired music from Masuda those days, depending on your version. Yes, Chris. Why you?
I hope you didn't hear that because of the RTX. I just heard a motorcycle go past.
Might be Thunder or something else. I don't know. Anyhow. Uh, and then also we have, during the event hours on Saturdays, July 17th, the following Pokemon will be appearing in raids. Galarian Ponyta, Galarian Sagoon, wearing Violetta Aspiring hats, will appear in one-star raids, as will Dino. If you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny Galarian Ponyta, Galarian Zigzagoon, or shiny Dino, of course. Oh, Lord. I kind of want all of them, but Dino is probably my biggest thing on that one.
Just because I've gotten all three, I mean, I just want the shiny costumes, honestly.
Yeah.
Shiny Dino, for those of you that don't have him, he will have a calm day eventually. Just, I would say don't go overboard on Dino, is what I would say, unless you're going for that Hondo.
We'll see. It's going to be a long weekend for sure. That day, we have like 10 hours of gameplay, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah. I don't know, Danny. Then we also have Galarian's we've seen Hitmontop and Krynos will be in 3-star race. I don't know why those three are special, but I guess depends on the biome. So, and then
Hitmontop kind of surprises me.
Yeah, although I think isn't it like good for like Continentals or for the Go Battle League coming up?
He looks good on paper, but everyone that like uses him has a lot of trouble.
Right.
He covers a lot, don't get me wrong, but he's very hard to run if the opponent has shields.
Sure. Let's not forget, we also are getting some exclusive Community Day moves that previously known by both Gardevoir and for Flygon. So their Community Day moves, Synchronoise for Gardevoir and Earth Power for Flygon, are coming back during Go Fest. So if you have one, if you needed one, you can evolve them then. I'm not saying that Gardevoir's Community Day move sucks, but it sucks. But anyways.
It's supposedly better than Psychic just because you can get to it quicker, but I like Psychic just because you get that defense drop chance.
True. I think that's the only reason why people choose Psychic over Synchronize in that regard. And then Flygon with Earth Power, but unfortunately, because we already got Garchomp, it's not like the biggest thing in the world anyways. So, then we have...
Something I just realized, something I realized is they say to get a Gardevoir that knows Synchronize, so are they not even including Gallade in that then? Because it definitely seems that way, right?
You're right. But again, the Gardevoir is the special hat one that we're gonna have too.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the only reason why Gardevoir could get it. I don't know. Maybe somebody can spare a stone and just evolve into a Gallade and see if it gets it. But that's up to you guys.
I won't hold my breath on that.
Yeah, definitely. We also have some special features for ticket holders that will be definitely going around it. Now, certain Pokemon appearing during the event will know special attacks. This will only be for ticket holders. So if you want to buy a ticket, again, it's $5. You want to actually get that anyway. So Pikachu Popstar will actually know Draining Kiss, and Pikachu Rockstar will know Meteor Match. Pick the ones you like to encounter to complete your special research.
Dude, Meteor Mash
Pikachu. I would never have thought that was a possibility.
Oh my gosh.
Pikachu OP in Little Cup now. So yeah, definitely. Gardevoir will know Synchronize, Flygon will know Earth Power. Both of them will be appearing with their Inspire hats. Complete the research and prompt to select the custom Pokemon if you like to encounter. This decision will be determined if you encounter either Gardevoir or Flygon. So just make sure you know what to pick. What are you gonna pick anyway? What are you going for? Pop or Rock?
Oh, I mean, definitely after seeing this, it really makes me want to go rock. I'm not gonna lie, mostly just off of that Pikachu. Other than that, I don't know. There's not really like a huge reason, to choose one or the other than the Pikachu, right?
Yeah, I mean they can be shiny.
And the music, and the music.
I believe that those two can actually be shiny too, but we'll see once the event really starts that day. We got a couple of days away, guys. It's getting exciting to get to that point.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna steal Julie's Pikachu too, if I get her a ticket, which I think I will. Because she does not care about costume Pokemon.
Yeah. We were mentioned about Flygon and Gardevoir will be part of the special research. You can also encounter it on Incense if you're lucky enough. So depending on what you pick, you will see them spawning to you. So that'll be kind of cool. Again, ticket holders only. We of course have snapshots too, so make sure you do that throughout the Saturday hours to complete after completing your research. It says right here, make sure to take a snapshot during event hours on Saturday after completing your special research. By doing so, you'll encounter either Pikachu Popstar or Pikachu Rockstar depending on your earlier choice. So do we have a chance of two more, I guess, or one more, I guess? That will be interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. Do we get two of the same, or are they giving us a chance to get the opposite?
I mean, if we get to the same, then it will be easier for it to switch over if you want to do a lucky trade or something.
That is a good point. I really like you, Pure Letter.
That wouldn't be a bad thing. I mean, you also have two chances on the shiny if there's shiny available, so that would actually be pretty nice. So yeah, then we have make sure to take snapshots during the event hours on Sunday after completing your special duties. By doing so, you encounter either Gardevoir or Flygon, wearing their spotted hat depending on your choice. And I guess that also applies that you're able to get shinies of it or not, depending on it. I don't know about that. Again, having extras for trades will be nice if you want to complete the event decks that we now have. Anyway, so. We also have, if you're not sure what Pikachu to pick, in addition to determining what music will accompany you during Pokemon Go Fix experience, the choice will also affect which avatar pose you will receive. If you do Popstar, you get the iconic pose. If you do Rockstar, you get the rocking pose. Da-na-na-da-na. Anyways. Speaking of avatars, avatar items exclusives to Pokemon Go Fest will also be available. The music will, it says some exciting music theme avatars items will be making its debut in Game Shop on Friday, July 16, including shirts with Whismer, Lotet, and Exploud inspired patterns, face stickers, and guitar case backpack. That's cool. Trainers with tickets for Pokemon Go Fest will reward an exclusive Violetta shirt avatar item once they complete the special research. Cool. And don't forget, the Go Fest 2021 shirt avatar is free for everybody. And of course, you can buy it on the Pokemon Center if you want it. And you can also get, that research for Melton, I guess. You're reading something and you're having your thoughts. What is going on there?
Yeah, the fact that the shirt's free for everyone, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You don't even need a ticket.
That's cool, right? That is cool. All right. We also know about the rotating habitats. Similar to last year, the habitats will rotate: jungle, desert, mountain, ocean, beach, and cave. This will begin on the jungle habitat on July 17 at 10 a.m. the earliest, and depends on the time zone. So again, Australia will have it first, and we'll move on from then on for all parts of the world. All trainers will have the opportunity to enjoy each habitat hour twice during event hours on Saturday, which we knew that. Now here is the biggest part of this announcement here, and this is of course the Ultra Unlock. Just as previously, the Global Challenge Arena is part of the Go Fix experience. So now we are trying to unlock what we're gonna have for the next few weeks. Between GoFest and the weeks following GoFest, we'll have different unlocks. So, in the Global Challenge, and entrants will have the chance to join forces in order to complete the collaborative challenge each hour. If trainers complete a challenge, they will earn a bonus for the remainder of the hour. We've seen it before in GoFest 2020. You can check the Global Challenge on the screen, but keep track of the global progress. We're going to be able to make it. Everybody plays this game. Everybody loves this game. So we're going to definitely get to that point of getting to Ultra Unlock. However, complete a certain number of challenges in the Global Challenge Arena to unlock the following bonus that will occur after GoFest. Complete a total of 24 challenges in order to complete all 3. So what is the unlocks, you say? Well, here they are. Ultra Unlock Part 1, Time. If trainers complete a total of 8 global challenges, they will earn the access to Ultra Unlock Part 1 Time. The flow of time will be disturbed. Pokémon from various areas will be appearing more often. Part 1 will run from Friday, July 23rd at 10 a.m. to Tuesday, August 3rd, 8 p.m. Let's pause right there. Chris, what do you think when you hear this?
I've seen a lot of speculation. I agree. It's looking like shiny Dialga, boy.
Yes, I mean, it's the only Pokemon that disturbs time or anything that has to do with time, so yeah.
The only other one is Celebi, and we're not getting Celebi, come on.
I mean,
we're not getting another Celebi.
It's a mythical apart from a legendary. They're definitely going to give us a legendary more than Celebi at this point. Unless, they do have a special research for an extra Celebi. I wouldn't mind that, but, it will be kind of challenging. All right, so we know that that's going to be interesting when it comes down to it. Part 2, Space. If trainers complete a total of 16 global challenges, you'll earn access to the Part 2 Space Research or Ultra Unlock. As Part 1 wraps up, we'll set our eyes to its other dimensional counterparts, Space. Space itself will be distorted as Pokemon from various places appear. Space will run from Friday, August 6th at 10 a.m. to Tuesday, August 17th at 8 p.m. local time. So, just like previously mentioned, Space, it's also consistent with another Pokemon that has the space. Now, of course, the Oxus could be a space Pokemon if you actually look at it, but the only one that really handles space is Palkia. And of course, Shiny Palkia could be another thing happening. Kind of sad, though, that the Shinies are being released after GoFest, because we're going to be rating them if we needed to anyways, during day 2.
Isn't that funny?
I know, right? It does give us plenty of time to actually focus on those Shinies instead of actually having to go through an entire day to get the Shinies. So it kind of makes sense to be able to help out the player, I guess.
I was going to say, yeah, maybe it's just to keep it away from being a one-day shiny kind of thing,
Yeah.
Which I can understand that a little bit.
Especially because, we do have almost every single legendary during day 2 of GoFest. So it's not going to be an easy target if you are looking for it anyway. So plan your teams.
It's almost making me want to wait for Dialga.
True. I mean, if you want extra large Dialga for Master League, then yes, you kind of want that at that point. So... plus the shiny, but anyways, we still don't know if that's gonna be the thing. We're just speculating here, guys, but it kind of feels like it is just for the reason of the names. However,
it fits very well. Yeah.
Yes, it does. Now, I'm actually more interested also about the Pokemon that will appear during those times. It could be a distortion when it comes down to it, so we may see regionals we don't see often. So it could be something that pushes out those kind of things. So it's kind of interesting when you see it. You could see that time makes it, regions from different time zones appear in our time zones instead. And it will be for the remainder of the event or something like that. Space could also be the thing, you can move those Pokemon around in that sense. Maybe that's the 2-week long of regionals when it comes down to it. Especially now the Corsola will be shiny. Starting actually tomorrow, I believe. So that would be interesting.
Dude, they've been spotted all over the place, man.
Yeah,
I've been checking them just in case.
I've been getting one from my instance here, but anyways, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're getting speculation. Let's finish up this podcast because we still got a little more news to go about it. Part 3, question mark. The Ultra Unlock Part 3 will be if we complete all 24 global challenges. What will happen after Part 1 and 2? Will these abnormal events continue to happen? What awaits us during Part 3? Stay tuned, trainers. Will keep you posted on our findings. It will, if we unlock it, of course, it will run from Friday, August 20th to Tuesday, August 31st at 8 p.m. local time. There's been a couple of speculations about this one. The only thing that I can say for sure, if they really want to give it to us, it could be, and just a possibility, to unlock a mythical Pokemon that's been long around coming for this game. What makes you think that I have the same idea as you, Chris?
Oh, easily. It's especially with our speculation for the first two.
True. It could also say that it could be different. Now, we are talking about the mythical Pokemon Arceus. If they really want to work it that way, since both the remakes of Gen 4 are coming on the Switch this summer, or I'm sorry, this fall, or this holiday season, if they really want to, because Arceus is also another game that will come at the end or the beginning of next year, or, for the Switch. This could be tying into those kind of things. We will finally be able to see Arceus. How are they going to release it? We don't know. But Arceus is the one that controls space-time and distortion. Now, the other part of it will be, of course, Giratina. But there's really no incentive to have Giratina as the special something that we're not going to have. They're not going to announce at this point. If it would have been Giratina, it would have been announced at this point. If they're keeping it secret, yeah. I'm pretty sure there's something that we want in the game already.
I'm just going to say it right now. I think the question marks is going to be replaced with the word creation later on.
I like that. A little bit of backstory when it comes to the Bing series games. In Gen 2, the remakes, Soul Silver and Heart Gold, there is a special event that creates either the Alga or Palkia. Or Giratina in that regard, but that could be interesting if that's what's happening in the game. I'm really excited because things like this happen all the time, but at the same time, just waiting to know about it is like the killer part of it. We're probably not gonna know until the end of GoFest, anyways, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so much exciting, so many things to cover, so many things to do, and we're only almost an hour in. So, at this point, fudge it. Let's continue on. But yeah, that's the Ultra Unlocks. Make sure that you compete. I'm sure that we're definitely going to get it. We just have to do it completely as a community, as we always do. So, here they are. Here are the news on that. Let's move on. The other one is kind of like a miscellaneous kind of news. It's just the home kit. It's once again going to be available. Now, this was something that from last year Ghost Fest, they wanted us to, because we weren't able to go out and play Ghost Fest the way that we wanted to. They introduced this kind of things. You can download their special Ghost Fest print a home kit, things like Pikachu Visor, a gift, Pokeballs, all those kind of things. It's kind of cool if you really want to maximize your experience for Ghost Fest. They do have posters and things like that. You just have to print them. So it really depends on how you want to do it. I do say that if you really want to make your GoFix experience a lot more, go ahead and print out these things. It will be fun. If you're just gonna go out there and play, it might not be for you, but anyways, it's kind of cool to be able to expand your experience that way. Anyways, any thoughts on this, Chris?
I think it's a very, very fun family activity for the most part.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think it's a really nice extra free thing that you can do at home. So I definitely think it's a very, very welcome addition.
Yeah, definitely. So keep in mind, it'll use a lot of ink if you're printing it from home. So be careful what you do.
Black and white photos.
Definitely. All right, so as we previously have mentioned, GoFest is only 1 week away. So that means that It's time to prepare for one of the biggest events of the year for Pokemon Go. What is the tips that we want to give you guys to make sure that your GoFix experience go as smooth as possible? Now, I'll let Chris mention a few things and I'll go ahead and do and say my things. So go ahead, Chris. What do you got?
I'm sure you got the same idea as I do. The main thing I will say, don't just get Pokeballs. Make sure you have Ultra Balls. If you get a shiny that you really like in the wild, or a Gardevoir Flygon you really want, you will want Ultra Balls. I would say the minimum you're going to want is 300. I know that might sound like a lot to a lot of you guys. I would say just try to get what you can. Open your gifts every night from here until GoFest. You should get a decent amount of Pokeballs going into it.
Yeah.
And yeah, wish you guys luck.
Definitely.
That would be the main thing, I would say.
Anything other than Pokeballs for storage?
The definitely something important is having Pokemon storage. Just go through, clean out what you can, get rid of some Pokemon you don't really care about, so you can make room for some other Pokemon you care about. And yeah, other than that, there's not really too much I do to get ready.
Well, yes, I do agree that both the storage and the Pokeball count will be significantly something that you want for GoFest, mostly because Pokeballs can be a good source of Poke Plus or anything like that, but it won't be the best for everything you want to do in GoFest. However, I do have a few more things that I do want to express as a player that has played literally every GoFest in the last 5 years. Is that to prepare yourself for a long day if you're going to play the entire day. So first and foremost, make sure you have a good night rest because you're going to be walking a lot if you want to go outside. Make sure you also have water ready. If you can get a cooler with cold water and keep it cold throughout the summer or throughout the day, it will be nice. Here in Florida, at least, we have been getting some really strong heat waves. And to be able to play outside has been kind of rough for us. So it's something that you really want. Make sure you hydrate as much as possible. I would suggest if you can, Gatorade-based products because they do help you energize you a little bit more. And it's a little bit better than water in that regard. If you're planning your day to go out and play all day, you do want to make sure you eat properly. Make sure you eat your breakfast, make sure you eat your lunch, because if you don't have the energy to eat, you definitely don't want to actually pass out in the middle of the road just because you want to play the game. Definitely go ahead and pack something, some snacks, something to hold you over. I know that will take away from the gameplay if you want to grind it, but it is this, your health is more important when it comes down to it. And definitely plan out where you're going to be. If you want to go into the big cities, of course, but just make sure you are cautious of people out there. Just like the game says all the time, be aware of your surroundings, be aware of other people, because, we're still kind of in a pandemic and a lot of people are still kind of afraid to go out. If you're going to play inside, make sure you stock up because the game itself is going to be a long game. Raid what you can. Don't spend all the money you can unless you want to. But the raids are important both for 4 days, both days if you want to get specific shinies. And yeah, aside from that, just make sure you have the as much storage as possible. We do have an increase both in Pokemon storage and bag storage. So if you want to get it, that's fine. If you can, just plan out what you're gonna basically have throughout the entire day. And yeah, and just have fun. As much as we say that we grind it and everything, having fun is the most important part. So if you're not having fun, then, you can always change it up somehow. It's not that just having go out and play GoFest all day doesn't mean that you're going to not have fun. Just fun. If you can actually play with friends, that'd be great. If not, just have fun on your own. Play the game the way that you want to and focus on the things that you want to do, There's definitely going to be a lot of shinies out there. Brand new ones, old ones, and a lot of ones from raids. So plan out what shinies you want to get and what shinies you are possibly wanting to hunt for. Especially because you only have 2 hours of each biome. So it depends on what you really want to get. Okay. I think that's pretty much really what covers it, right, Chris?
Oh, yeah. The only other I was thinking something, but now it's completely passing me.
And yeah, that's really all we got about it. So cool. Real quick, let's do some PvP section. Okay, good. Get right. Here we go, Chris.
I will keep it quick.
Yes. Well.
Or we will.
Well, definitely. Go Battle 9 is back, and this is actually happening right now from 6 p.m. Local time to, I think, midnight, I believe.
Midnight locally, yeah.
So, unfortunately, if you're not in the live stream right now and you're not doing your battles right now, then, of course, the game itself saying, I'm sorry. And then, of course, by the time it actually releases in podcast services, it's going to be too late for you guys. But anyways, extra Stardust. Do as many battles as you can. Even if you don't win all the battles, you are still getting the extra Stardust from doing battles. So
throw your star piece.
Throw your star piece. You don't have to do premium or anything. You can just go ahead and do the regular sets. We have the 11 cup, so that's go by really fast right now. Or you can do Masters if you have the Pokemon for it. But we really suggest just do it quickly if you can. And you can do up to 100 battles. But it's gonna take your time. So it's already 9 o'clock for us here, and we definitely haven't even touched the game yet. So, aside from that, let us know what kind of teams you're running. If you want to do things quickly or anything like that, it'll probably be easier that way, right, Chris?
I know some people are like legit just losing, almost on purpose.
Yeah,
because even losing, you're still getting a massive amount of Stardust.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that's really all we have, right, Chris?
That should be it.
All right, cool. Anyways, thank you so much for everybody for listening today. You can always check us out in podcast services feeds between Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and all the other definitely podcast services feeds out there. If you can leave us a review, we'll greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for always listening to us. We actually had some great people always taking care of making sure that the podcast is actually listenable for everybody. And at the same time, we have had an increase of listeners in the last few weeks. So thank you so much for listening, guys. Thank you so much for the follows too on Twitch. You can always check us out anywhere. You can always talk to us if you want to. And we'll always be out there either in our social media or Discord if you want to join our Discord, of course. Myself at Pure Letter Go, Chris at PMKN, Pokemon Trigger, please. And then, of course, you can check us out and email us if you want to, anything you really want to, at the Purified Podcast at gmail.com. And don't forget to check us out at the professornetwork.com/Purified Podcast or purifiedpodcast.com. Just link us right there specifically. So, all right. If we got nothing else, how about you take us away for the night, Chris?
All right. Hope you guys are very, very excited for this Go Fest. It's going to be one to remember. Definitely going to be one to remember. I am really excited to see if we get these shinies we are expecting to get with Shiny Dialga and Palkia, and possibly a new Pokemon Arceus. But we'll see. Yeah. I hope you guys have a fantastic time. Get the shinies you want, get the Stardust you want, and enjoy your week. See you next time.
Keep purifying them. We'll see you guys next week.